Sure, sure. So I consume so much audio content.
Oh.
And this is my process. So I read a physical book most mornings. I have a routine in the morning where I am always working my way through some typically nonfiction. I read fiction on vacation and trips and travel, and I read nonfiction for personal development when I just during the regular work week. And so I will be reading a book at any given point in time. I'm not really a read 5 books at one person at one time kind of person. I do one at a time, just go straight through, assuming I like it and I finish it. So I do a book at a time that way. And then I have a 1-hour walk every day. So because I sit and teach and stand and teach so much, I do a lot of sitting. And in order to stay healthy and to have good habits coming out of COVID, I realized I've got to get out of the house and really take care of my body so that my body and my mind are well and last a long time. So I have an hour walk every morning, and not every morning. Sometimes I have quiet white space and I just let my mind wander. But a lot of times I use that to listen to videos and podcasts. And this is what happens to me every time I listen to a video or podcast. I'm not exaggerating. Every time I'm like 80% listening to what the speaker is saying as I'm walking. And then 20% of my mind is trying to apply what they're saying. So an example might be, if it's a marketing podcast, they're talking about launching a digital course. Well, even if I'm not about to launch a digital course, I'm thinking about the process of their funnel, or I'm thinking about how they answered people's questions, or I'm thinking about the secrets they share, how, what worked, and I'm applying it to something I have coming up. And invariably I have to stop, pause it, and then my staff all works remotely. We're in 4 different states in the US. So I have to jump on my voicemail app and I talk to my phone and I say, okay, team, here's what I want to do. And I get the message out there to the staff, and we talk about it later, but it's basically a placeholder for me to say, don't let me forget to come back and tell you about this thing. And so that's how I stay curious and how I learn. And I have podcasts. I listen to all the major sales podcasts. I shouldn't say all, there's a lot out there, but I listen to many of the major sales podcasts, but I listen to so many other kinds of podcasts too. And that's the other thing I would encourage for your listener is that, like, one of my favorites is called, I've really been on a kick lately for Creative Conversations, which is put out by Fast Company. And they interview poets and actors and all kinds of creatives. And it's not about selling. But every time I listen, there's something I pull from it that seems to make sense to me about entrepreneurship. And so I think even crossing across industry really serves us, because it gives us more of those fresh ideas.